Rock with Rick Connor,
Fat and talentless.
Matt Flowers,
Give me what I want.
Mark Hallbacher,
Is that okay in 2019?
and Corey Castle.
Tell everybody that you love them. So enjoy your life.
You're such a hippie.
Hey, everybody. What's going on out there? People listening for wrestling. That's what's going on. It's time to Rassle Rock. I'm Rick Connor.
Matt Flowers.
And guess what? The biggest news story of the week. We're going to start off with the biggest news story of the week. Ready, Matt? Nick Berk is back!
Woo! Show us your chest. What's up?
He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
Hashtag hire Nick Berk.
Did you miss me?
I did.
Good.
I started this new thing. What's up?
It's a brand new thing, sweeping the nation. You're going to be hearing that a lot soon.
See if it catches on.
Oh, man. So what you been up to, Berk?
Well, I just got back from Florida.
Yes.
Vince says hi. No, that place sucks, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Florida in general.
No, I came back to some horrible weather, and I want to go back. But Florida was nice. The Performance Center is alive and kicking. We're waiting for AEW to start up a Performance Center, and no, I'm not alluding to anything there, but you know. But yeah, other than that, Nicky Benz recently had a match.
Really?
My alter ego. Mm-hmm.
When was it? Tell us about when was this?
Yeah, well, I didn't want Nicky Benz to take a match. I was kind of thinking Nicky Benz and Nick Berk both were all done. But as a favor to a friend, I did down in South Philly at Tolman Joe's. I sent Nicky Benz to do what he does best, and that's entertain the world of professional wrestling fans. And he came up a little bit short, almost won. If he didn't lose that match, he probably would have won. That's what I'm thinking.
So often the case.
Yes, and he lost to Sizzling Stan Styles and the whipped cream and shake weight of death. And yeah, it was a fun time. It was right around the corner from the arena, the ECW arena, and yeah, that was a good time. And Fun was had by all.
So what was this? What company?
It was
You weren't there. We should be asking Nicky Benz.
Yeah, let me ask Nicky Benz.
It was at Tollman Joe's. Is that a real thing?
Yes. Yeah, it's
I don't know.
What
it's
is
right
that?
it's right across the street from Tony Luke's.
Oh, Tony Luke.
What's a Tolman Joe?
I don't know.
Is it like it sounds like a hardware store or something like that.
That's exactly what I thought it was. And
Yeah.
it just turned into a bar. But no, it's Tony Luke's. Do you remember back like probably about 7-8 years ago? Tony Luke's opened up a bar across the street from the original Tony Luke's.
Uh-huh.
They opened up a bar over there and they just didn't do so well. So now it's Tollman Joe's. In the back they have a really big Super Crazy Wrestling. That's what it was.
Super Crazy Wrestling.
Yes. So Tolman Joe's, they have in the back of there, they have this big spot that I guess they host festivities in, and they hosted Super Crazy Wrestling.
Pretty cool. Anybody else that we would know on that card?
Breaker Morant. The Frenchman.
The Frenchman. Breaker Morant.
Black G's.
Like, geez.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy we need to get on the podcast.
Yeah, when are we going to get him on the show?
I don't think he likes us.
You guys are going to have to be rated R for him.
Yeah, that's one of those shows.
Dude,
Potty
we're
mouth.
rated
and
R. Dude.
Probably Corey Castle shouldn't be here at the time.
Oh,
There's hate.
There might be a little bit of heat.
There's hate.
There's hate, not heat. Hate.
Oh, hate.
There's hate there.
Hate.
There is hate.
straight up.
Straight up hate. They don't like each other. I think it's racial, right? Racial.
It's a racial thing.
It could easily swing that way, right?
Probably, yeah. But it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Fun was had by all.
Fun was had by all.
Yeah, and if you're in the area next time they put on an event, make sure you go because it actually was really good, solid entertainment. I stepped away from going to indie shows and wrestling on indie shows because I just didn't enjoy any of it. And I was told that this is going to be enjoyable. And I watched it, and the stuff was enjoyable, definitely. Of course, I always see room for improvement, but for everybody who's an independent wrestling fan, they would have loved this. And some of the old characters were there, minus Stan the Fan. I was upset that I didn't smell him. I mean, see him. But I was happy I didn't smell him. So, yeah. So that's what's going on with me.
Don't Stan the Fan, but still an entertaining time.
Yeah, all the regular, usual, indie wrestling fans of Philadelphia.
Sure.
That
South Philly crowd.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. The ones that you know and love. Yes. That's
cool, man. Anything coming up in the future? Any Nicky Benz appearances?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
No, probably not. I don't. I mean,
is that a one and done?
Yeah. It was kind of an accident that I took the booking anyway.
Do you not like doing it, or you just?
Yeah, no. I like doing it. It's just I've wrestling has changed so much since I got involved, and then like in the past 10 years, it definitely changed a lot. And it went into a direction where I don't know if I could do Nicky Benz in front of a crowd like I did for Super Crazy Wrestling when it's mostly kids and and their parents. Then yeah, I don't want to go out there as Nicky Benz and wrestle in front of a crowd that expects the hard hitting. Like Ring of Honor wrestling, and I'm Nicky Benz. I don't want to do that because that's not what I do, and I can't guarantee that every night it would be, entertaining families, and that's what I want to do. That's where I'm at now because I can't keep up with it. I broke my neck, many concussions. I can't keep up with everybody with the speed and everything, and the hard work. So I'll just be a fat, lazy guy drinking beer on the weekends, watching the Sixers and Eagles and whatever, and not do it. You guys do your own thing. And plus, like, everybody in the locker rooms, too, now, like, you can't. All right.
Nobody's hugging?
Nobody's hugging. Nobody's hugging anymore.
I don't know if hugs in the locker room
anymore.
No,
it's actually too much of that. My favorite thing to do during shows was watch somebody and watch people be so determined to like put on this great match, and it does nothing but crap the bed. Really? I love just watching it not work and laugh at it, know what you're trying to do, and then just like that night it just didn't work, and maybe the night before it worked, and maybe next week it'll work, but just tonight it just didn't work. I know that the person knows what they're doing. I know that they're good, but they're trying something and it's just missing something. Mm-hmm. And then like that's what I love to just like bust on them about. And you can't do that. Everybody has to be nice to everybody. It's all politically correct. It's much like, in comedy when, somebody tells a joke and, normally and just falls on his face because you're still working it out. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with like watching somebody like the spot just doesn't work and, they just have to work on it a little bit more. I love that. And that's what me and dude, I know you were a part of it.
Oh yeah,
like I know you're a part of laughing at somebody just messing up. It's kind of like, like it's funny, but no, you want everybody to console the person now and be nice to them and not make fun of them. I don't like that. You guys, you change the business. These kids, and it is what it is.
Well, can't they laugh at themselves if they screwed up and like, that was
no? It depends on how far along you are in the business. If you're like just starting out and you're like. You fail, you feel like your dream is over. Like, you just feel it's like, oh, I put all this time and money and energy into this thing that's just not working out.
But that's like, that's anything in life. Like,
I know. But I mean, if you're like 5 years in the business, then you're like, wow.
Do you think that's the world has changed that way? Like, not just pro wrestling.
Oh, sure.
Comedy, but like now it's like, you fail at them the first time, you can't. Because I think part of like, mending with someone is busting chops. You know what I mean? Like, but you're not serious, but you try to make somebody feel better by busting chops and say, "Don't worry, like I've been there. Like it won't be the first, it won't be the last time." Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I feel like with today's society, like the younger people, you can't do that because they'll take so much offense to it.
Yeah,
right. Everything's one shot only, and if you like step on that dream and you laugh at their one shot, and you're not helping the cause. It's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Shut up is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Shut the F up and grow up. Take your licks,
That's
monkey.
Right. Yes.
What if you could have a gimmick, like a character, where you didn't really have to wrestle? Maybe you build something up to wrestle like one match a year, like a program.
I'd love to do that.
Well, I think I have it for you, dude.
Okay.
You should be like the Niro. You ever see The Fan with De Niro?
I think so.
He's a super
Bob?
fan.
Bob?
Bobby? You know
Bob,
Bobby,
yeah,
right?
Bob.
You've heard of Bobby before. I think Berk would be the perfect like super fan gimmick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to see the movie and
Watch The Fan, dude. It's freaking Bobby De Niro and is it Wesley Snipes, I think.
I don't remember.
He's the baseball player. Oh, you guys never seen The Fan?
I might be thinking of Swimfan.
Hey, Bobby! It's not Swimfan.
It's like it's
totally different.
Might be a different movie.
Hey, there's some water. You want to go take a swim? Let's do it in the water.
Let's do it, Bobby.
Yeah, you don't remember De Niro in that movie, Swimfan? Okay, let's do it in the water.
Hey, where was his water over here?
Hey, I got a boner. I got a boner in the water. That's right. I stay down till I see bubbles.
Wait, is Swimfan like a really family friendly?
No.
It's like a stalker movie.
It's a stalker. It's actually a good movie.
It's not bad.
Yeah. This like high school kids on the swim team, and there's like this girl stalker stalks them.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe that could be your thing too. Yeah. You're on the swim team. You're on the varsity swim team.
Yeah.
There's another gimmick. Everybody should listen to this show if you're an up-and-coming wrestler, man.
Yeah.
We just spit out hot gimmicks all the
We
time.
made some good gimmicks.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to
Cheeseman?
Yes.
I knew exactly where you were going. I don't think he's wrestling anymore.
The world lost.
If he is, he definitely stepped into ECWA and decided completely against to be called Dallas Cheeseman, which is ridiculous. We had that perfect gimmick for him.
You know what happened? He probably did something. It didn't work out,
cheese.
and
the big cheese. Yeah, he probably went to go do some match. Somebody made fun of him, laughed at him.
Yeah.
And then he got heartbroken and said, "I'm not doing this anymore."
He got really upset. I know he got really upset because everyone called him Cheese. Which, your name is Dallas Cheeseman.
that's a gimmick, dude.
No, but that was his legit last name.
Yeah.
So we were like, cool, man, you're gonna be the Flying Cheeseman.
Yeah.
It was perfect. Fly, cheese, fly. Fly, cheese, fly. And it's just a high flyer that's afraid of heights that writes itself.
He tried to just take it seriously with the hurricane. What was
the
it?
DC Hurricane.
The DC Hurricane.
From Westville, New Jersey, the DC Hurricane.
Yeah, because there's so many hurricanes in Westville that happen. You know, that's
all right. Don't listen to us. See where you end up.
Oh man,
penniless
Jesus.
In the gutter.
So what's going on in your worlds of wrestling? What you guys got?
Dude, have you checked out NWA yet?
You
it's
know
the
what?
best show.
I haven't even had a minute between. I should download it and then watch on the flight to Florida.
It's quick. It's a quick watch too.
It's on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
It's how pro wrestling should be presented.
Oh,
it's so old school and it's just brilliant. It's like an old school, new school mix.
Maybe
it's
they
old
need to
school. They
book
got
Nicky
Eddie
Benz.
Kingston on there too.
Yeah.
Dude. Come on, how can you go wrong?
I did see Homicide. I talked to him about that. He said he loved it. He said it was just one of those things where it's just like he fell in love with it as soon as he walked in. It's in the same exact building that was before.
Mm-hmm.
They, everything's pretty much the same. It's just new, and they replicated everything. You know, he said it was really awesome. And they added some levels, I think, or something like to the seating. But yeah, I am going to have to watch it because I heard a lot of great things about it.
Yeah, got a hell of a talent roster too. God, Nick Aldis, I could sit here all day with the what is Sando's gimmick now? Aaron Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving that gimmick, man. Just come out, don't look at me, don't make eye contact. He came out and cut a big promo about, please see this movie that I'm going to be in.
For a fake movie.
He's like, it's going to be released. What did he say? It was like, it's going to be released in 2021 in Singapore on VHS only. It was brilliant. He cut this nice little trailer for it. It was great. Cole Cabana and Mr. Anderson are in there. There's so much great talent, as well as a great just atmosphere, just that old school atmosphere.
Yeah. What's cool about the different wrestling shows now that there's new talent you're being exposed to each week, instead of just watching Raw and SmackDown and seeing the same the same guys. It's cool to see like new talent. Like Josephus, I've never heard of before. And he's awesome, dude. He reminds me like a new school like Buckhouse Buck. You remember Buckhouse Bunk from?
Yeah.
Like that. And
I can forget that trailer match. What was that? That hay?
No, dude, that was Barry Dorso.
Was it really?
Demolition Smash.
Was it really?
Are you talking about on the truck?
The truck bed?
Yeah.
With
And,
Dustin Rhodes, I think it was?
yeah.
Oh, my bad. Thought that was Bunkhouse Buck.
No, he had a match that where they I do remember there's a pile driver going through a car window. Bunkhouse Buck. I do. So yeah,
maybe it was like a bunkhouse brawl match or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
Most like, I mean, that is in the name.
Yeah.
You know.
But I loved pretty much all of wrestling this week. SmackDown was good. Raw was good. There's going to be complaints no matter where you look. But AEW, NXT, NWA, I thought it was all good. I don't really have too many complaints at all, which is odd. I mean,
have you been following anything wrestling related?
Nope. no. I like for the past like month I like fell off definitely for sure. I watched the first AEW show. Didn't and I really haven't watched anything since then. It was that and I went back and forth between like next NXT, and that was it. And I wanted to be a proud participant of both. So I kept on going back and forth.
Yeah.
But AEW had me stick,
Oh, yeah?
rather than NXT.
It's hard to switch. It feels like you're going to miss something if you go back and forth now.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of I guess I'm not a fan of the NXT commentary at all. Like,
really?
I'm not a fan of Mauro Ranallo.
I love him so much. Somebody put it perfectly to me the other day. It's like the worst thing about Mauro Ranallo is how excited, like overly excited he gets. But that's also the best thing about Mauro Ranallo because he's just so into every single thing. Oh my God, look at that headlock, mama mia, and all this other stuff.
I hate it.
I love that so much. He just gets me jazzed.
I think he does it too much for everything. If somehow he can find a happy medium and then have that come out sometimes, I think that would be good.
I don't like.
He also tries to set up his little jokes like.
I like those though. Cornette does the same thing though. I forget what Cornette said or maybe it was Jim Ross. Somebody was just spitting nonsense about.
But Cornette has great sayings. He's like, he was hit so hard he couldn't scratch that, or like I don't know. Like he comes up with cool stuff that but Mauro Ranallo just like. He tries too hard to do that. I feel like. Whereas Cornette and Jim Ross, they've been around the block and like they know every phrase and thing there is, and or even Lawler. Lawler's always.
I love Lawler. I'll take.
I wish they would. I don't know why they won't just let him be a heel commentator.
Yeah, they won't let anybody be a heel. Even Corey Graves isn't really technically a heel commentator. Yeah. He gets into it sometimes, like if Byron Saxton is there. But I mean,
I guess I like the Raw commentators because you don't really notice them. They're just
yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah,
it can be. It can also hinder it as well, just because like you have a really great call from Jim Ross. It heightens the match.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's cool hearing Jim Ross and Schiavone. Donna Schiavone. Hey, did you ever meet Excalibur?
No.
What are your thoughts on him wearing a mask and calling commentary on national TV? I
think it's kind of strange to be wearing a mask calling a match. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I get they're trying to do something different, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
Is he ever like? Is he going to wrestle, or is it just he's just calling?
No,
matches?
dude, he's calling matches.
So maybe
I think if they want new,
they should use his name, George Smith, whatever his name is, and take the mask off. And like, I don't understand why a commentator shouldn't really have a gimmick.
They don't need him.
Yeah,
he doesn't need to be. I'm getting tired of 3-man booths. You know what I mean? It's too much. And it really, I think it really takes away from the commentary team. You have a great commentary team in Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone, and you're going to put some douchebag in a mask?
Yeah.
Like, what? Why is he? He just feels like he doesn't belong.
That's the thing. The new viewers or the viewers who used to watch wrestling and are told that, hey, there's this new wrestling show, they're going to turn it on and see, oh, there's Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross. Who's this ass clown in a mask? And then they're going to turn it off, dude.
Yeah.
But like, he doesn't provide anything that is, or as far as I knew, as far as I saw, he didn't provide anything that was
necessary.
Yeah, necessary to the show. Like,
he didn't bring anything to the show.
Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone got covered.
Right.
They're good. They're good. They don't need your kid.
They're veterans, man.
Yeah.
They're legends in commentary.
I could see if he was. Yeah. Maybe he was interviewing, blah, blah, blah. Now back to you, Jim.
Right.
You know?
I mean, if you want to keep him on, like, put him on AEW Dark with Taz.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be awesome. You know, just have him and Taz going at it. That's fine. You know, you got a little 2-man there. You got a little 2-man on the main show. That's all you need.
But, like, who does he know? That's the thing. That's what I want to know. For him to be entered in with this character.
Who's he banging?
Yeah. Cody?
Dixie Carter backstage.
Oh, he's probably a scout for, like, because wasn't he part owner of PGW?
Oh, no. If
he probably,
no, I don't know.
I think he was a part owner of that.
Oh, really?
Or part founder.
Oh,
or something. So
I thought that
Booker, whatever.
Wait, did he have a different name before?
No, it was Excalibur.
Oh, because it wasn't that dude that came in with B-Boy that I wrestled in the Best of the Best. Best of the Best 1, 2. Oh man, who was it? Some dude from SoCal.
Was he in a mask? Was he in a mask or no?
Mask
Super Dragon?
Yes.
Oh, you're right. Super Dragon's the
that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, decides to wear real padded.
My point is he probably has like connections to indie guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
There's I hate to tell you this, but indie guys are not hard to get a hold of, nor signed to a good contract
at all.
Yeah, they're really easily accessible.
Yeah. So what is? We're seeing a rating slip every single week for both AEW and NXT, as well as Raw and SmackDown. What do you think needs to be done in order to keep these fans?
Oh my God, dude! I just had an aneurysm.
I know, right? It's like what can be done?
I'll say this. I loved Raw. I thought Raw was really good. I think that Bobby Lashley Rusev storyline is stupid, but it's hard. There's so many reasons why, but it looks like Raw's trying to develop new stars, but like I think the 50-50 booking is an issue.
Yeah,
because if like this is the thing too with AEW, like they don't like they're trying to make like the wins and losses matter. Dude, all of your guys now are 50 or 50-50.
Yeah.
So who's getting over if everybody's even?
Yeah.
And it's like they need to develop larger than life stars.
Mm-hmm.
And if people will want to pay to see or need to sit down and watch it at 8 p.m. or need to go home and like watch the recorded episode or something.
Yeah.
They just need people. They need larger than life characters.
Well, definitely with WWE, there's way too much programming. You see them way too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's all, and I think it's partially what you're saying too. The larger than life, like if I'm watching Raw or SmackDown, I think I'm watching the same product.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm watching a different product. So. You have 3 hours of Raw, 3 hours of SmackDown, right? 3 hours of each?
2 hours.
That was 2 hours of SmackDown. So that's 5 hours right there. And there are some intermingling, people on the shows. And, and then they show flashback. It's way too much. Like, less is more,
Yeah, I agree. And even like back in the day, like let's say like the 80s or 90s, there was Primetime, wrestling,
superstars, All American
so
wrestling.
there was like a good 3 hours of wrestling each week, but they built the stars. And this is the problem AEW is going to come into. They keep having these roster guy against roster guy. Pretty soon, it's going to be the same thing to be. You're going to see the same matches over and over again, and nobody's going to care.
Yeah.
They need to have these guys that yes. They need to build the story, have a guy, and then take the enhancement talent seriously. Like they tried to bring it back on WWE, but they made a joke out of it. Like, this guy. No, you need to say, hey, here's this local guy. He's from the state. He has this accomplishment, and then build whatever superstar. Like a I don't know who's a new superstar on Raw, or like Braun Strowman or somebody. Like they need to take it legit and not make fun of. It's kind of like it's like a wink, wink. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they need to do that. They need some promo packages. I don't know why they can't. They're doing a good job with introducing AOP through these vignettes.
Yeah.
And people were complaining. I thought the Sin Cara
Andrade
match was great.
I did too, yeah.
And people were complaining well, nobody cares about Sin Cara. They was going to lose. Okay, I see your point because he's lost so many matches.
Right.
So why don't they reintroduce his character and his backstory in those vignettes, and then have him
win every once in a while?
Win. Start winning against local competitors, and then build your way up.
Yeah. People
will tune in and watch that if they you know what I mean? I guess they think they won't because nobody wants to see jobbers, but
well, I think with Sin Cara, you've had him lose so many times. If you brought in an enhancement talent with him, it'd be like, okay, so you're
you leave him all week, you build his story back up again, dude.
Yeah. Wait, you talk about take him off and then maybe
have some vignettes, have some vignettes,
video package.
Yeah,
he's going to go find his smile.
Right.
Sin Cara's going to go find his smile.
Dude, there's so many reasons why people aren't tuning in.
Yeah,
it's not cool.
It's not cool anymore.
They're not connecting with people because everything's so scripted.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between being in this backstage segment and you're looking at the robot girl asking you questions, instead of looking at the camera at the person watching. And nobody pantomimes to the crowd anymore. When Hogan was selling, he would reach his hand out to these people help me.
Right.
Help me. Nobody does it. They go right into the next move, and right into the next move, right into the next move. And it's too much to digest, and none of it matters. And that's the thing. I enjoyed the Private Party Young Bucks or Private Party Lucha Brothers match.
Yeah.
I thought it was entertaining, but they did so much crap. The first spinning move they could have done could have been the finish.
Yeah.
And then they could have had a couple matches out of all the crap they did in that one match. But now it's I don't even remember anything from it. I know it was entertaining, but there's no story to it. I can't tell who's a good guy, who's a bad guy.
You sound like an old grizzled vet in the locker room.
But we're saying the viewers who haven't watched wrestling in a while, who stopped, these are reasons why they stopped watching.
Yeah.
Because people in the ring or on TV are doing stuff that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The moves don't matter. They look great, and it's not terrible storytelling because you have a move, then a move, then a move, then a move. And it's they're trading blows back and forth until one of them is so gassed out and just can't do it anymore. And it's a way to tell the story, but it's not so much that you want to see that all the time. And if you keep on seeing it over and over again, you're going to get bored.
Right.
Because you want to see a big, hard bam. Oh, my God, that guy's down.
Or if you're going to do that match, you build it up, and that has to be the final battle, dude.
Yeah.
Build that match up. Why are you...
AEW,
it's 3 weeks in. Why are you having that match?
AEW
build it
is giving
up.
away a lot on television. What are they going to do for their pay-per-view?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're going to do Private Party and Lucha Brothers, first week, have them go face-to-face in an altercation. Second week, maybe have one of the guys against one of the guys. The third week, have one... You know what I mean? Build it up, and then that match, you can have all that crap in it.
Yeah, it's I know it's a tournament. It's for the tag titles. But, save that for the last match. Yeah. Have that be the big finish, and because that's the match that's going to be on pay-per-view, and it's going to be Lucha Brothers and who's the other SCU.
SCU.
And what are they going to do that?
But that's not even on the pay-per-view. Isn't that going to be next week?
Is that next week?
That's the Halloween show or the 30th.
Yeah. So that's going to be on television.
Yeah.
The hell are they doing for the pay-per-view?
They're doing Young Bucks and STD. What do they call them?
STDs. The or Santana or
Santana
Ortiz,
and Santana and
I keep on calling them Power and Glory, but they're not. It's Pride and Prejudice or something.
Pride and Prejudice. Cool name, bro.
Yeah. AEW is giving away that whole Kenny Omega and Janela match. It was okay, but it was more than okay. It was a good match, but way too much. They did way too much. Like what? That was a pay-per-view quality match that really should have been saved, and it just feels like, you know how you watch a WWE pay-per-view and you feel like, oh, this feels like an episode of Raw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like I'm going to be watching the AEW pay-per-view and like this feels like an episode of Dynamite.
Right.
Like that's not what you want. You want your pay-per-views. You want people to pay to see them.
Right.
That's what pay-per-view means.
Right.
Hey, congratulations! I'm a journalist. I talk for a living. But you know what I'm saying?
And to get more viewers, because I said this, Vince Russo brought up a good point where the people who watch TV, they keep trying to go for the younger audience. They shouldn't be going for the younger audience for these TV deals, because younger audiences don't watch TV.
Right.
They watch their phone, they watch their thing, they watch their whatever.
Netflix,
they need to be going those 49 to 80 or whatever, that age frame, because they're the people that still watch TV.
They're the ones that want to see it.
Get them to want to tune in and spend their time watching your wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you half of them used to watch wrestling at some point.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get those older people to tune in. And those older people are also the people who have the money to pay for, the pay-per-views or whatever.
They're the ones with jobs now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
it's just we could talk about that for days.
Yeah,
like, it's
crazy. It's AEW. This is the first AEW show that's in the ratings dropped under 1 million.
Yeah, and people want to say like, "Oh no, the industry's changed, the world has changed." No, psychology has been the same since the beginning of time. Good versus evil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And psychology, it's been the same since day one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. Don't get me, dude. Don't get me hot, dude.
Getting all jammed up here. So, Berk, you didn't see any wrestling this week?
No.
I feel
we just kind of covered it all for you, dude.
Now I really, you know what? Now I really, really want to see what all the big fuss is about.
You should really check it out, man. This, listen, we're complaining a bit.
No, I'm not complaining. I've come to terms that NWA, AEW, NXT, and Raw, SmackDown are 4 or 5 completely different shows, and I like that.
Yeah.
They're 4 different flavors. I like chocolate. I like vanilla. I like peanut butter cup. I like cookies and cream. I like Neapolitan. yeah, it's all different. But I'm just saying, to get more viewers other than just us normal wrestling fans.
Yeah. Give us a Tin Roof Sunday. Give me no hell yeah.
Here, help me pitch this 10 over here.
Oh man, yeah, I think AEW is going to burn out though. Like they have to. They can't keep up. They can't keep this up. There's no way.
Well, they're going to start running into the same matches, and it's the same thing with Raw. How many times are we going to see freaking Rollins and Corbin wrestled like 5 months in a row?
Yeah. What you gonna do?
Do you think? Did you watch the AEW where Cody and his posse they got into a brawl with Jericho in the Inner Circle?
Talking about this week?
Yeah. Did you see DDP was involved?
Yeah.
Dude, do you think they have a war game style match and DDP is involved in that?
Really?
That'd be awesome, man.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if DDP is ready for that. I mean, he's definitely in great shape.
Yeah, I think he could do it.
He's in great shape. I don't know if because he retired for a reason, like he had an injury, right?
Yeah, he's got a couple different injuries.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if those are healed or like if he's medically okay to do that. I would love to see it. Cool. I mean, he did a Diamond Cutter in a Royal Rumble a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
that was cool. So I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he's ready. I think he's ready for a call up. What do you think?
Just call him up.
Guy's ready for pay per view.
Send him in the developmental.
Oh man, I loved NXT this week. There was a couple little weird moments with Pete Dunne should not be on the mic. Killian Dane should not be standing by oil drums that are on fire. I'm gonna break you.
Hey, is Kushida legit hurt?
Yeah, I think he fractured his wrist, which sucks.
Yeah.
Hooray for injuries. And Xavier Woods too, man. Did you hear about him?
He's out. He's
tore his Achilles. He's gonna be gone for a year.
Oh,
dude, I hope they change up the New Day thing. It's run its course.
I think that they were probably going to split them up, and then now this happened, and it's probably like, we can't split them up while one's out.
Yeah.
You know? Ah, man.
That stinks, man. I mean, Xavier Woods has got like enough other stuff going on. Like he's got a YouTube channel and all the gaming stuff and stuff like that. But I mean, it just sucks. We're not going to see him for probably a long time, unless he's like going to come to the ring in crutches or a wheelchair or something like that. Make a gimmick out of it.
How did he do it?
It was in where was it? It was in a match that was not televised. It was in Sydney, Australia, with them when they were over there. I didn't see who he was in the ring with or anything like that. Just saw pictures of the refs carrying him out. Limping to the back.
They didn't say what move it was.
No,
something probably as simple as like a hip toss and just land it wrong.
Could have been. Yeah,
banged his heel and boom.
His Achilles.
See, I don't have that problem. I don't have that problem because I have cankles.
Yeah, Jesus.
I told you I rolled my ankle the other week, and it should have been broke. Like it should have been like completely broken off.
Yeah,
but you know what? It feel my ankle hasn't felt better since then, dude.
You gave it a little crack.
It's good. Yeah. Crack the sidewalk.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I was thinking of a gimmick for the New Day. What if they tease a breakup between Kofi and Big E by having Kofi go after Shinsuke Nakamura in the Intercontinental title, and Big E's like, "Great, you're going after another. We're a tag team now. We don't have Xavier, and you're going after another singles title." And there's kind of heat between them because Big E's like, "What the hell? You're going singles. We should be going for the tag titles," and blah blah blah. Kofi wins the Intercontinental Championship. And then he says, "I'm going to use this to help you." Watch. And then, like, they go straight from the ring. He's like, "Follow me." Straight from the ring, right backstage where McMahon's sitting at the gorilla position. And he goes, "Give this man a heavyweight championship." Pointing to Big E. It's like, this guy is next in line for a heavyweight championship. And Vince is like, what are you doing? He's freaking out. And Kofi goes, "If you don't," and he takes the Intercontinental title and he holds it over a trash can. "If you don't, I'm out of here."
Ooh.
What do you think of that?
That
feels real to me.
I think it just needs to be as simple as, because Kofi never got his rematch.
No, but nobody cares.
But then they could do, which is a problem.
That's a big problem.
But they could do all right, Kofi versus Big E for the number one contendership.
No, then you're just splitting them up.
Yeah,
that's boring.
Just split them up, dude.
Why?
Because it's old. It's
that's what I'm saying.
Course.
Like you're going to have Kofi if you have Kofi as the Intercontinental Champion and Big E as the Heavyweight Champion. If Big E goes up against Brock Lesnar and beats him, then you have heat between Kofi and Big E, where it's like, I did what you couldn't do. You lost in 10 seconds, and I just beat the guy. That's good writing. I think it's good writing.
Hells yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Am I crazy? Tell me I'm crazy.
Well,
I don't know why Kofi wouldn't want. He should want to go after the heavyweight.
He should. I don't know why he isn't. I don't know why they haven't even mentioned the fact that he lost in 10 seconds and he was champion for 6 months.
Because he's a cuckold.
Wow. It's going deep there.
Where did that come from?
Wow.
Excuse me. I was choking on that sexual innuendo.
Cuckold.
Cuckold Kingston.
Do you know about the Saudi Arabia show? Do you know about the Saudi Arabia show?
I've heard of it. I know.
It's next week.
Yes.
Yeah, Halloween.
Yes.
Halloween night. Spooky.
Spooky and scary. Handing out candy and then it's going to be Sting versus The Undertaker.
That match will never happen.
It's going to be the Heartbreak Kid versus Dolph Ziggler. It's going to be
Trick or treat match.
spin the wheel, make the deal. Spin the wheel. They bring that back.
They should have called the show Halloween Havoc.
Yeah.
And people would actually watch it.
Absolutely.
Middle Eastern Havoc. Oh man, I used to love Halloween Havocs with the set with the tombstones and the Halloween decorations and everything.
It's just fun.
Spin the wheel, make the deal. I love that. I used to have a Halloween Havoc T-shirt back in the day. It was straight from Halloween Havoc from WCW.
You still have it?
No. It became a workout shirt.
What was on the shirt? Just the logo?
Yeah, and it was the new WCW logo. It wasn't the old one. Yeah, which that's kind of why it became like my workout shirt.
Yeah.
If it was the old, WCW one, it would have stayed.
You would have kept it
Pristine, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what else? So what's going on at Middle Eastern Halloween Havoc?
It's a pretty big card. It's shaped up to be. Dude, you got
which guys are coming back?
Team Hogan versus Team Flair.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know how that's going to go down. It's not elimination, right? It's just
I have
straight
no
up 10-man
idea.
tag.
Did you guys see the setup for that?
What?
When Hogan came out and Flair and it
yeah.
was like they kind of had an idea.
It was awful, but it was the highest rated segment in like a couple years.
Yeah, but so they you could tell that they were somewhat told the direction to go, and they were both on a different section of the same page. It seemed like they were on the same page, just one was up top, one was in the bottom.
Yeah. It was like, I hate you, Hogan. I love you.
Yeah,
but I hate you. Yeah.
Right. It was kind of like, or maybe I'm giving them too much credit. Where if it was like anybody else, I'd be like, yeah, this is the worst.
If it was anybody else, it would have been the worst segment.
Yeah.
But then Flair came in on Raw and was great, hilarious.
It was crazy, yeah.
Like, do you think they told him to go out and say whatever he wanted? Because that's what it sounded. That's what it looked like. It was just like, go out and just.
I hear him and Hogan are going to be on the Miz TV again on
they're going to end up wrestling. I
hope not
against each other.
I hope so.
Flair's almost dead, and Hogan's had 9 back surgeries. I didn't think he's up for 10,
but they need to sell. They
need
to sell tickets, dude.
To what?
To their shows.
To Saudi Arabia show?
No, just to get butts in the seats, man. Gotta put Hogan and Flair on top again.
Wait, so you're not talking about on SmackDown?
No, I'm talking about on WWE in general. They need to do Flair versus Hogan.
I don't know, man. I don't think I want to see that.
I think people want to see it, dude.
You know what?
See it.
People might want to think they see it until it actually happens.
Let's watch the Saudi Arabia and see. There's going to be something.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
I think Hogan does the leg drop.
Can he still do it?
Do Saudi Arabians like Hogan? Because isn't he the whole America? Pro-America?
And he did beat the Iron Sheik, so I don't know, man.
Why don't they ask the Iron Sheik to come to the show?
I don't think they have enough. I don't know.
Do you have any Iron Sheik stories?
Not personally. I've heard some things.
Yeah,
but
heard some things.
Not. I've never. I've met him a few times. And, whatever. But I never hung out with him like other people spend the night. I just felt like it's exploiting him, and I never did. But he's always been hilarious. I'll tell you that much. Every single time. Outrageous and hilarious and unpredictable and a mess, but it's good. Yeah.
So you also got the Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez.
I think Cain takes the title, dude.
You think so? I don't know, because number one, they don't really put too much into these Saudi Arabia shows as far as storylines go.
Yeah, but I think it'll be like the Goldberg Brock thing. I think Cain upsets him. And then they do like a rematch somewhere where Brock wins.
I don't know. Do you want to see this guy win his title when his first? He's not really title in his first thing.
I get that he's an MMA fighter, but he looks like a bag of
crap. Yeah,
poop.
He just. I don't think they've had enough time to train him properly so that he's good enough to carry anything. You know what I mean? to carry a title. Definitely not. But I mean,
it's just funny how like
a match.
Same thing with Tyson Fury. Like I get that you're a world class athlete. So are professional wrestlers, dude. And you look like you're like a skinny fat ass, dude.
He does not look good at all. But he never did. I don't think. Did he?
I don't know, man.
Cain Velasquez?
Yeah.
I heard Vince was really disappointed in how they look with their shirts off.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
He had a good luck to him back before. I mean, he wasn't cut like Lex Luger was cut, you know what I mean? But he had a good, like a little bit like, okay, so I would say in between how he is now and Randy Orton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would say like that. It wasn't as like cut as Randy, but he had some good size to him, and yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, there's only a couple different ways that can go with it. We can do like a Brock Lesnar win, but do you really want to see the guy lose in his debut? And we could see Kane win, but do you really want to see him with the title in his first match? And we could do. You don't want to see like a schmaz finish.
Schmaz.
Yeah, you don't want to see like a double count out or a no contest or anything like that. People really don't like those.
No, they don't. And I think that they should have more of them. Disqualifications, count outs, all that stuff, because then you don't have an actual winner during these Raw, SmackDown, AEW, no matter what show it is, and then extends everything. They definitely don't do that. If we run out of time, during commercial break, we'll show you. Like they should do that and say and not show what happened.
Well, they did that on AEW with the Pac Moxley. They said, "Hey, this is the TV time remaining," and then they ran out of time, which I thought was cool. But then it's like if you do that every week, is it just going to get?
I don't know. I don't think you should do it for a main event.
They used to do that for They did that all the time for NWA back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
And then the next week you tune in to see what happened.
If it's a match in the middle of the card, I get it. But like main event, that's the last thing you remember for a show. Like the Hell in a Cell was a damn good show, and everybody crapped all over it because of the no contest finish.
Right.
But I mean, the same thing with AEW. Like everybody's complaining. It's like, oh man, I can't believe they went to a time limit draw. What the hell is that crap? Everybody's complaining about it. So, I mean, like if you do it in the middle of the card and then have a great main event, nobody's complaining about anything. It's like, oh, I can't wait to see the rematch next week or whatever.
And here's the thing that it is, and just it goes back to what I was talking about before with the young wrestlers. They get offended to is like fans now get offended that they deserve to have the ending that they choose is good enough for them.
Yeah, there's a little too much fantasy booking.
And it's like, no, you get what they give you, you watch next week to see if it hooks you in. Like, wait till it's over. Do they watch Star Wars and an hour into it say, this is not
those writers.
Yeah, so
but they do though. Like, they bash movies like.
No, but I'm saying, do they go like? So you have a 2-hour movie, an hour into it. Do you stop? Do you stop watching it because it didn't go where it wanted to go without seeing the ending?
Yeah,
bash it at the end if you feel like that the end all be all was whatever. But
people leave movies.
People don't understand.
Get the refund.
Weird people. I mean,
if I'm paying $12 for a movie, I'm seeing the ending.
Yeah. So like my thing is these wrestling fans, they think that like at the end of today's show is it, and it's not, because that storyline and everything that you want to see, everything might not end and happen how you want it to happen until 3 months from now. And that's the way it should be. And you should be always wanting to be hooked rather than like want your immediate gratification like everything else in this world right now. And I think that's the problem. I think it's like they strive for immediate gratification and you're not getting it because that's not the formula of a continuous episodic TV show.
Right.
And that's what it always is. And also, I don't think that the TV show, the actual TV show, should be a commercial for the pay-per-view. I think that now the TV shows are TV shows, not commercials.
Right. They need to build up to the pay-per-view, not just
build along with, not extend it towards.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So
all right,
that's
so
my thing.
it's about time.
It's about that time to
It's
break
about
full.
that time,
The rhythm
my
of the rhyme.
friends. Let's shine a spotlight on somebody, shall we? Let's find out who wins wrestling. Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah. Berk, I'm going to give you a minute since you didn't watch wrestling this week.
Yeah.
I'm going to save you for last. Matt, what do you got?
I had two. I'm going to go with Humberto Carrillo
Oh, yeah?
for
That match with Rollins?
match of Rollins. Like I said, Rollins trying to build some new stars, and apparently Vince is big on him too, and he did great, and he's like a good young talent. He looks like a superstar.
Yeah.
And I think he
Is that Dimples boy?
yeah,
Ah,
Dimples. But,
That's his
good
main
old,
nickname.
good old Dimples.
yeah, I thought he did really well.
Dimples McGillicuddy.
He's going to team in with Shorty G.
Dimples McGillicuddy.
Yeah.
Team in with Shorty G just for the worst tag team names of all time. Dimples and Shorty G. You had another one you said?
I forget who it was.
Okay.
It's probably whoever you're going to say. Oh,
Yes.
should I say who it is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. He's a heel.
He's a heel.
He's a heel.
Oh, really? Is he now?
Yeah, NXT,
Ooh.
man.
Part of the Undisputed Era.
Ooh.
Pele
oh.
kicked to Johnny Gargano. That was a great finish to
That was
show,
a great
man.
kick.
Oh, now I
Yeah.
gotta watch that.
Oh yeah, you got
man.
definitely. Sorry for spoiling it for you, but yeah, man, that was a great
interesting.
ending. It was a great match, a great ending.
I
and
think
just-
they go up to the main roster, dude.
Yeah. Who?
The Undisputed
Undisputed
Era.
Era? Okay.
When they're ready,
Yeah.
I think Finn Balor is the one who takes them up there. So you know what I mean? That way they have kind of like that star power that like the mainstream.
Yeah.
That's what I think was going to happen.
Do you think he's joining the Undisputed?
Yeah.
Era? Oh, okay. I wasn't.
I think he's going to be the leader. Yeah.
I was under the impression he was just turning heel, just having to pick that time and place, and the Undisputed Era just happened to be there. I don't think he's joining them.
No, that's dumb.
I mean, you might be right. I don't know. The way I took it was just like because he didn't like put on a T-shirt or anything like Undisputed. He like stood at the top of the ramp. He did the Too Sweet thing, and he looked like he was going back to New Japan Finn Balor. Like I didn't see it as like Bullet Club Finn Balor. I didn't see it as I'm joining the Undisputed Era because he didn't stand with them and
It's like,
do it.
why don't they just have him join style? Like,
I don't know. You know what? I'd rather have Finn Balor on NXT because they were
Yeah.
not using him right on the main roster.
yeah,
so
you're right.
I'm fine with it.
Because there's really nothing to him. He's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
when he's the
Even when he's the
demon, he's
demon, yeah.
boring. Like, what does he do?
I mean, his matches are good.
I can't
think.
listen to him talk for more than a second.
With that accent. I'm Finn Balor.
What do you think, Berk? Who's your winner of the week?
Oh well, it's Joey Janela because he got to wrestle against Kenny Omega.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the match. I know I've always liked Joey, even when he was younger and he was just little, just getting into the business and stuff. And he was a nice kid, and I'm happy with where he's going. I think he needs to learn how to hit a gym, but other than that, hey, it's whatever. Girls like that. So, but I'm happy that he had his match on AEW, his debut match. I'm happy that he has from what I hear, a very good match with Kenny Omega, and wrestling against Kenny Omega is
Yeah, it was
fantastic
really
too. All that stuff. I think like all that. It's a great career opportunity for him, and I'm happy that he got that, and that's why I think won at wrestling this week.
Very nice.
Yes.
Me, I'm gonna have to go. I think I'm gonna have to go again with Keith Lee because he. Oh man, that probably was the best triple threat match I've ever seen on television with Dominik Dijakovic, if I say that right, and Roderick Strong. That was fantastic. That power bomb, I thought he murdered both of them. The double power bomb off the top rope. And then the tope can heal. He moves like he's like 100 pounds, and he's like over 300. It's insane. This guy's great, and it's crazy that it's not further along than he is. Like he's definitely like a future champion. It's insane. I love Keith Lee. But Berk, since you brought up knowing Joey Janela, I realized this week that I know somebody in AEW. Bryce Remsburg, the referee. Yeah. I had no idea that he was refereeing, and then somebody on commentary pointed out, "Oh yeah, referee Bryce Remsburg." I'm like, "Oh, holy crap, that is Bryce." I met him back at Jakara. He refed for CZW a couple times for a while, and I know him from his comedy troupe Secret Pants, which is hilarious. So yeah, I'm really proud of Bryce Remsburg for getting up there. So if I have a second pick for who wins wrestling, it's Bryce Remsburg for being on television and being a referee.
Being on the telly.
Being on the telly. Speaking of that, did you hear the UK viewers dropped drastically for Raw?
No.
Down to 3,000 viewers.
Oh my! That's it.
That's it. They were so shocked by these ratings they had to go back and like do the calculations and stuff again because they thought it was a glitch.
Yeah.
3,000 viewers. That's insane.
That is.
Well, I mean, I know they took it off Sky Sports.
That's rubbish.
I know they took it off Sky Sports, and a lot of people are just like, "Oh, there's not wrestling here anymore. Maybe it's just not on TV anymore."
Yeah.
But 3,000. That's insane. Like that is absolutely crazy. I can't believe that. So yeah, WWE, I think, at least for their main roster shows, they definitely need to step up their game.
Yeah,
to do something in England. I mean, in general, but I mean, if I saw those numbers, I mean, you can't blame that one on Eric Bischoff, right? You know, you can't fire him. It's like, oh, we lost 1 million viewers. Let's fire Eric. It's his fault. You know.
No, there's something definitely with the product. It's for sure.
And I don't think it's going to be too long before Fox steps in and is like, hey, you know, you're not delivering on what we wanted. You know what I mean?
Here's what I would do. They want UK viewers. I would sign Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Teddy Hart. Okay, I would main event Flair versus Hogan, and the undercard would be Teddy Hart versus Davey Boy Smith Jr., and they would build it up with the Wembley Stadium, Bret Hart thing, and that would sell out.
So you want to see Davey Boy Smith Jr. versus Teddy Hart?
And Hogan versus Flair in the main.
Teddy lives right so close to me now. Like, I just saw him the other day too.
Bring him in.
All right.
I would love to have him on the show.
Yeah, he actually lives closer to Corey Castle.
Oh, really?
And you live close to Corey Castle, right?
I do. I could give him a ride.
So Teddy Hart lives really close to you.
What town?
I'm not going to say it online.
All the cows will show up, you know.
What county?
Yeah. I'm not going to say it on the TV.
What state?
What country?
Not on the podcast.
Oh man,
Teddy and his cat like their privacy. God bless.
I have a cat.
Yeah, I know.
You guys have a lot to talk about. You should hang out sometime.
Gina
the cat.
Gina the cat.
All right, man. Berk, thank you so much for.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming back, man.
Next time,
we really missed you, but I missed you personally.
Yeah, I know. There's a reason why. Because if I'm here all the time, then it's like, oh, it's just Berk. Now, again. Did you hear the welcome that I got when I came in here? Did you hear that?
I was there for it.
Yeah, I want that every time. So that means I have to take a hiatus and come back. That's drawing power, bro.
Every 4 months.
That's how you draw.
You think Flair got a pop?
Right.
Did you hear Berk coming into the studio? Oh man! But do you have anything? Do you have anything to plug? Anything you want to get out there for us to check out?
Trunk or treat tomorrow. I'm gonna be at Trunk or Treat tomorrow. Yeah.
Seriously, where?
Over in Voorhees.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know exactly where.
That's in my neck of the woods. Dude.
I know. Yeah, my girl lives there now.
My gal.
Well, not in Voorhees, but like right outside. And so.
My gal.
You don't mind saying where she lives, but Teddy Hart's well protected.
Damn it. I just yeah, well, okay. How about that?
Yeah.
She lives in Monmouth County.
Matt, you got a network pick?
No, man, I haven't been watching the network.
Yeah, it's just been too much.
I need to get back. Yeah, I haven't. Because I have to watch on my phone now. So, but I'll have a pick next week. I'll try to watch something.
Wait, you don't watch?
I know Frank just watched. Dude, he never. You remember they had the storyline with Sting versus the Black Scorpion, and like Clash of the Champion. I think those were like 90.
Think so.
Well, he watched the Sting versus the Black Scorpion. It ends up being Ric Flair.
Oh.
Spoilers.
Jeez,
oh man, jeez.
So check that out because he just texted me. He's like, "Hey, I'm watching the Black Scorpion." I'm like, "Do you know who it is?" He's like, "No."
You didn't know.
Just spoil it for him, or did you let him go?
No, I just didn't text him back.
Let him find out on his own.
He's probably disappointed.
Yeah, spoil a 20-year-old gimmick.
That's what, the StarCast, they should have Flair do an appearance as the Black Scorpion, like in the black.
No?
Do you guys know what I'm talking about with this whole the Black Scorpion?
I don't remember the storyline.
All right, we don't have time. We'll get into it next week.
We'll get into that next week, folks. Pay attention. And subscribe to the podcast so you can hear us talk about the Black Scorpion. Give us a 5-star rating on how awesome it is, and tell us how much you love Nick Berk. And also buy our t-shirts, man. teespring.com/store/Rassle-Rock. If you got all that, please check out the merchandise store. Everything on there is connected to a charity. You can get a Nick Berk t-shirt even.
Woo!
Connected to a charity, man. And so when you're buying something, you're helping somebody else out. Also, check out my YouTube channel, man. I'm constantly pitching DCW. There's so many matches from there and from WPW and ECW and all these places that I film and edit myself. Post them on there. And I've been asking you guys so many times to go on there and subscribe. And looks like somebody listened because I just finally hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers just yesterday. I had that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. I really appreciate it. And there's going to be way more content coming. I just posted a match with Nikolai Volkov that I've been sitting on. Nikolai Volkov versus JD Michaels. It's a pretty good match. That's on my channel. Check that out. Speaking of DCW, which I just was, I'm going to be there tomorrow night, October 26th, down in Marydale, Delaware, for a Dynamite Championship Wrestling show that I'm going to be filming. And it's going to be a great show. Casey Carlisle, RGP, JJ Cruz, Ethan Essex, the list goes on and on. Raymond Dogger, Chuck Payne. It's going to be great. So check that out, man. If you're in that area, go to dcwprowrestling.com for more details and ticket prices and stuff like that. And I think that's all I do, right? I'm pretty sure that's all I'm pretty sure I covered everything. There was a wide, there was a lot of promotion. I'm a little tired now. But that'll about do it for this episode of Rassle Rock. I know Corey Castle will be next week. Mark Kalbacher will be back in 2 weeks. And that'll be it, man. I'm Rick Connor.
Matt Flowers.
Nick Berk.
Nick Berk's back. Let's take it out with that guy, Mr. Nick Berk.